Hey everybody, Shelby with Toys and Forever coming here to you for our What's Up Wednesday. I am coming to you from my office because I have a very special announcement and would love to talk to y'all about some things that involve these little yahoos right here. So, a little bit of a short backstory for those of you that don't know. I originally came on board with Toys and Forever as a volunteer kind of right at the beginning, pretty early on. And the whole reason was honestly because of senior dogs. I had a senior dog at the time. I adopted her when she was 10. She just missed 1 week shy of being with me for 2 years. So, full disclosure, she was my heart dog. I was worried about getting another dog because, quite frankly, I didn't think they'd be as good, you know. I know that sounds awful, but I'm sure some of you have experienced that. But after that, someone had said, well, why don't you foster cats? And it's not that I didn't like cats. We just didn't have them in our house growing up. My mom was allergic. We just didn't have them around, but I always liked them. And I thought, you know what, that's fine. And funniest thing ever, how they got me is somebody said, oh, cats are so independent. You'll never know they're there. Yeah, right. Every cat that's come through my house has been absolutely needy, in your face, want to be pet, don't know a stranger. So, which is a bit ironic because the whole reason I was doing this live from here was to show off some of my cats. You'll understand why here in a minute. But as soon as I turned on the live, everybody but Pam scattered, and even Pam now has left. But they may pop back in, so I'm hoping. I'm hoping so. So we'll see. But back to cats. So yeah, I was told, you know, they're so independent, you'll never know they're there. So, in June of 2020, I had fostered a bunch of cats before this, I should probably say. Fostered a bunch of cats, but in June of 2020 is when my chunky monkey came along. I've told this story plenty of times, but I was getting ready to move, didn't have a pet in the house at the moment, so it was perfect. Well, then Jen pops the most pathetic looking picture of Chunky in the chat. And it's like, well, I guess this guy has nowhere to go. He's just we're going to have to find something. So, of course, for like 10 minutes, I sat there and stewed. And I finally was like, just bring him to my house, you know. And our friend David, who many of you know or have heard of, drove him from Gardner, I believe, is where he was at, or maybe at Oz, all the way to my house. And he never left. And started a chaos circle in my house of now I have 3 foster fails. I have Chunk, and then Pam came along, which is his alleged previous girlfriend. They came from the same place, so he probably wasn't real happy with me bringing ex-girlfriend back into the mix. And then Wink, who was found on the streets, I believe in Shawnee, somewhere over that way. Already had his eye removed, already had been TNR'd. But one thing that's very special about my cats, and I didn't start out for this to happen, but all my cats are FIV positive. So I actually I'm going to be putting a link in the chat as soon as I'm done with this What's Up Wednesday with a very special fundraiser we're doing for FIV positive cats. So we actually have 2 fundraisers going on right now. One is for our FIV specific lighthouse. So at Casey Mo, we are going to put up a lighthouse just for the FIV positive kitties. I've done a lot of research since getting Chunky and gotten to understand what it means for a cat to be FIV positive. And unfortunately, they are put down in shelters at a much higher rate than other cats and dogs, almost 30%, almost a third of FIV cats get put down, and it's just too bad because they can live very long, very normal lives. I've had people tell me their FIV positive cat lived to be 15, 20 years old. So I've made it kind of my mission to advocate for FIV positive cats. So you will see a fundraiser we're doing specifically to build that lighthouse. It's $20,000 like all the other lighthouses, but it's just going to provide such an amazing space for the kiddos like mine who disappeared. Apparently they became camera shy. So maybe I'll walk and talk here in a minute and go find them. But we will have that. And then also, you might have seen it earlier today, we have a similar one happening for our parvo puppies. So I have actually way back in the day also fostered some puppies that unfortunately broke with parvo. And again, it's another very preventable disease. And with a parvo lighthouse, we'll be able to care for them right there with us. They can be, out of the hospital, being taken care of. And that one will be at our Osawatomie shelter. So we've got 2 big asks going right now, but I just, there's a tagline we've used quite a bit that's they are worth it. And these FIV kitties, I've fostered a lot of them too. Just, they have a very special place in my heart because they're very misunderstood. The stigma behind them. Pam might be coming back. We'll see. She's thinking about it. It breaks my heart. And there's absolutely no reason. We've done quite a bit to help resources for outreach groups. I'd love to do a lot more for groups that work with feral colonies and TNR and other things like that, because that's how we stop it. Honestly, that's where the animals are getting sick, is when you have cats that are not spayed and neutered and are out in the community. So we're going to be doing a lot more outreach and, education on how you take care of them. So as soon as I'm done on this, I'll post the link for both the Parvo Puppy Lighthouse and the FIV Positive Lighthouse, so you can see what your funds would be going to and just all the amazing things that'll be able to support. So excited about that. And if you have questions, let us know. As we get KCMO going, we're going to really be looking for fosters and volunteers. So if you do live out this way or able to drive out this way, don't mind. We would love to have you. And we're really getting started. Hopefully you've seen some of the posts from Megan and Bailey out at Homestead East, and it's becoming a reality. So really excited about that. So just a few other updates to give you. Just a reminder that our watercolor fundraiser is happening right now. It closes on Friday. I believe right around 5 o'clock. So if you want a watercolor done, a custom watercolor with a photo, definitely make sure and do that. Also, what was I going to say? Oh, with the watercolor fundraiser, sorry, I got distracted. With the watercolor fundraiser, you can do it from anywhere. They email you your watercolor, so you can print it on a canvas or do whatever you want with it. I have several. I'm going to order some more. And if you don't have an idea of what you want right now, you can order a gift card, and that same benefit comes to us on that as well. So Watercolors for Donations is a great organization and really gives back to nonprofits. So definitely support that. But just a reminder, it does close. So don't wait. Get yours before it closes on Friday. So we've also got bowling coming up here pretty soon. Oh, here comes Pam. We've got bowling coming up pretty soon. You gotta come say hi. So for those that don't know, the girl, the myth, the legend, Pamela Louise, she is my only girl, and her brothers weigh triple the amount she does, but she is the bully of the house and beats them all up. So she's a feisty one. But, bowling. Sorry. See, again, I get the cat ADD and I go off the rails. So, with our bowling fundraiser, we are looking for people to sponsor lanes. It's only $150 to sponsor a lane. And you would get a shout out on social media. We'll have signage at the bowling fundraiser, things like that. Or we would love it if you would put together a team. We've already got a couple of groups. I know Camp Bow Wow in Olathe is making a team. We've got a couple other groups that typically make a team. So 5 of you to come bowl. But if you don't have a 5-some, we can pair you up with other people. That's not a problem. But if you know of any organizations that would like to put together a team of 5 to play, or would sponsor a lane for $150, please have them reach out to us. If you go on the event page, the link's on there to sponsor and to bowl. On a similar note, we will have in March our Spaghetti and No Balls fundraiser, and those funds all go to spay-neuter services. We'll be doing that again, and we do have a spot where you can sponsor. We're going to have placemats at each spot where people are eating, and you can sponsor a square on those. So maybe if you can't come, or even if you can and you want an additional way to support, that link is on the event page for that as well. So we'd love to have you come out and eat with us. We'll have tons of meat and meatless options. We'll have amazing desserts. all kinds of just great ways to get involved there. So, and then we've got our tea party, we've got golf in May, and of course our gala. So I'll never stop talking about the gala. It's July 25th, so definitely mark your calendars for that, because it's going to be, I know I've talked about it before, but it's going to be completely different than any gala we've ever had or anything you've ever seen. It's going to be very interactive, and it's really going to give you basically a timeline of Always and Furever from when we opened until now, and what amazing things we're hoping to do in the future, like our Parvo Lighthouse and our FIV Lighthouse. So again, check out alwaysandforever.org/events. And if you've ever wanted to get involved, or maybe you're already involved with Always and Furever but want to find a new way or get more involved, please reach out. We're always looking for people that can help and can come, hang out. Excuse me if my office is messy, but Pam, you got anything else to say? Huh? You usually have a lot to say. Oh, she's going to be quiet about it. But those lighthouses will help amazing kitties like Miss Pamela Louise here, and all the other kitties. I will also be sharing some stories from adopters that have adopted some of our FIV positive kitties. So stay on the lookout for that. You can hear just how wonderful of cats they are and how their lives have been changed by having them. I know my house, it's never a dull moment around here, but I wouldn't change it for the world. For all the ones I fostered, and for Chunk, Pam, and Wink, who, decided I was a giant foster fail. So, as always, have an amazing week, and anytime you could share those fundraisers or share our events coming up with friends, family, coworkers, anybody else, please do, because we would love to have them join us at our events. So stay tuned, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.